What's up guys, CEO here with another Pokemon Showdown live. In the last episode, I believe I had like a 2-hour stream of right when I got Pokemon Sun and Moon. I've been playing it a little bit since then, and kind of have the meta figured out a little bit more, so this team should be a little bit more centralized, I think. I don't feel like my day 1 teams were actually that bad, but there were a couple of mistakes that I made that, obviously in hindsight I should have done a little bit better. But first off, I wanted to use Choice Scarf Nidoking because I miss it from my NES days. This coverage pretty much hits everything right now. There are times where you're going to want Bolt Beam coverage, so you're going to want Thunderbolt over Sludge Wave. But Sludge Wave is really nice for all of the Tapus because they all have Fairy typing. And Choice Scarf allows you to pretty much outspeed all of them that aren't Choice Scarfed. So that's nice. Next up we have a White Orb setup Minior. If you guys don't know, this thing has an ability called Shields Down / Shields Up, I guess. So if you're a Minior, when you switch in at full, you're actually going to go to the Meteor form, which basically has your attack and defense switched. So instead of having 100 attack and 60 defense, you'll have 60 attack and 100 defense, and vice versa. And I believe it also makes it so you can't be statused, if I'm correct. So that basically lets you get a free Shell Smash, White Orb up, so you get ×2 in attack, special attack, and speed, and then kill everything once people hit you below 50% and your attack and stuff switch to this. And you also like double your speed, so it's absolutely ridiculous. The only thing that really kills you is priority. I originally had this as a Tapu Lele, just because of that, but I wanted to be able to switch into dark type attacks a little bit better. If you don't notice, stuff like Crawdaunt and Greninja completely destroy the rest of this team, so this is my answer to that. Calm Mind is actually fairly reliable to set up, and once you set up this thing, it's pretty hard to take down. Speaking of hard to take down when set up, we have a D-Dance Charizard, fairly standard. I kind of wanted to run Earthquake over Roost, but having the recovery is actually really nice, mainly because people don't expect you to have the longevity with Flare Blitz, and I've won a couple of games just setting up, because people are fairly passive right now on the ladder, I've noticed. Like there's a lot of bulk with like Toxapex and all the Ultra Beasts and stuff. So you can normally have time to set up and just kill stuff. Next up we have Decidueye with Spirit Shackle. Its signature move. It's mainly just meant to be kind of like a pivot, get rid of setup with Haze, and hit stuff kind of hard-ish, I guess. It has 107 attack, so it's pretty decent. Finally, a pretty standard Excadrill. I just want a Mold Breaker just in case people will run Magic Bounce, just because I have seen a couple Absols and stuff. And Earthquake Iron Head pretty much hits everything, and I wanted Rapid Spin as another form of hazard removal. Alright, so let's hope we can find some. I don't really have a great lead this time. I could just lead Scarf Nidoking to try to hit stuff. I guess that's what I'll do, because I don't really have a great lead. I don't want to lead Excadrill because there's a lot of things he can counter that with. So, right away, I can try to outspeed and kill this thing with a Fire Blast. I don't really have a great switch into this thing, so I'm actually just going to do that. Let's hope he thinks that I'm Life Orb. A good play here would just be to go into Lando, because I'm not going to go for an Ice Beam on this thing. It depends on how safe he wants to play it. I don't really think there's anything that Kartana can do to one-shot me. Nidoking's not like fat by any means, but it can normally take one hit most of the time. And I don't think Kartana gets like Zen Headbutt or Psycho Cut or anything. I don't know. Like, oh hey, outsped, and killed it. Cool. So now we can go into Lando for pretty much free, but we got his Ultra Beast out of the way right away, and that's nice. Alternatively, he could go into Porygon Z and just try to Z conversion right now. Tapu Fini's probably the safest play in case he goes for Ice Beam. Okay, well, that works too. I guess I'll just Calm Mind here. There's no reason not to. I don't think Thunderbolt's really going to do that much, honestly. I also used to have Light Screen and Light Clay on this Tapu Fini just because this team's a little weak, special defensively. But it didn't really work out too often. I guess I'm just going to go for a Moonblast here, because this is the first Tapu OU I've played in a really long time. Damn it. I think it outsped anyway. I wasn't really expecting that to kill, if I'm being honest. Forgot Gunk Shot's physical though, so that's on me. What should I do? Okay, so I think I can go into Nidoking here and just fire off a Sludge Wave. I could also go into Excadrill and go for an Earthquake or Stealth Rock, but on the off chance that he's not choiced. Well, let's see if he's choiced, because the only thing I really need Excadrill for is a Alola. Okay. So I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks here, and he's probably going to go into Starmie, but whatever. We'll see if he's choiced here. If he's not, then that means I can go into Nidoking pretty much freely and get damage off. And the only thing I really need Excadrill for is Alolan Marowak. He's pretty safe to just go into Starmie here, I think. If he's choiced, that is. If not, he'll probably just go for something to take me out here. Kind of looking for an opportunity. If I can get rid of Starmie and weaken Lando, I should be able to clean up with Minior late game. I'm going to go into Decidueye here and try to get a little bit of offensive pressure and pressure him into hopefully Marowak at some point. Leaf Blade is at least neutral on everything except for Marowak, I guess. But I don't want to go for a Spirit Shackle and give him a free switch into Porygon, because that would be pretty bad. Porygon's really scary. Actually, I don't really know what I'm going to have for it. I just have to hope that I set up before it sets up. Okay, so he definitely outspeeds and is going to get massive damage off here. But based on how he played the last turn, it seems like he's choiced. So I can be aggressive and go into Excadrill here and get an Earthquake off. It seems like this might be a setup Lando based on the fact that he hasn't gone into it yet. So I'll be aggressive and see if it pays off. Probably just go for Focus Blast here, but that'd be a pretty aggressive play seeing as I was in on Ghost type. Fired Punch is a perfect middle ground play that I didn't think of. But this allows me to go into Zard and I believe get a free Dragon Dance up. He probably goes into Lando here and intimidates me, obviously. Although he hasn't really been going into it, so maybe not. I don't know. But either way, I get a Dragon Claw off on something if I want to next turn. Okay, so there's Lando, finally. No real reason to stay in, so I'll just double out to Decidueye on what I'm assuming is either an Earthquake or a Rock Slide / Stone Edge. I was gonna say, it was depending on what he wanted to predict me going into. I could have also just doubled into Nidoking there and got a ton of pressure. Not really going to go for a Spirit Shackle here just because it doesn't make sense. I guess I'll just go for another Leaf Blade because it should kill Hoopa coming in. It's not going to do very much to Marowak, but I'll play around that once I get in. Marowak's actually a bit of an issue, to be honest. Yeah, and based on the way he's playing it, it definitely seems like that's the Z conversion thing. And both my hazard movers are dead, that's annoying. See, I want to go for a Spirit Shackle because it'll trap him, but I have to feel like he has U-turn, which he just does. Okay. So he can make a play here and try to go into Porygon Z, predicting my Spirit Shackle, but that's why I went for Leaf Blade, because it's safer. Okay. He makes the good play, goes into Marowak. I kind of wish I would have Spirit Shackled, but that's okay. I think do I outspeed still? Probably not. This is probably max speed. Okay, well, let's see here. What do I need? He can predict me to double into Charizard and go for a Bone Ring here and probably take me out. He can also just go for a Shadow Bone here and probably do a ton of damage. Shadow Bone's probably the neutral play, and I think that I should be able to live a Shadow Bone. I'm not gonna live a Bone Ring, I think, but I should be able to live a Shadow Bone, I think. Okay, well, he went for Bone Ring anyway. In that case, I think I should just go into Minior and try to... Well, I can't even really set up right now because Lando's still... Well, it's at like 40% actually, I might be able to. This is a little earlier than I meant to set up, but... should be okay. And Starmie's at full, which is annoying, but whatever. Hang on with 2, which is exactly what I needed. Because I don't think he has priority. I'm gonna go for Rock Slide because it's Lando too. Okay. Acrobatics hits everything. Starmie's gone. I think he has to go into Lando here and at least get an Intimidate off. This Minior hanging on with 2% is super clutch. Because I don't believe he has priority. Yeah, I think he kind of just has to, oh, I would have probably sacked Hoopa there and tried to get another Intimidate off. Because Hoopa's at 29%. Good job, Minior, you did it, buddy. This is actually a really hard battle, so I'm glad I was able to get this one first off. I guess I shouldn't actually speak like it's over, because I don't know if I kill here. I have no idea if I kill here, actually. But look at those stats after Shell Smash, that is ridiculous. Yeah, good job. I assume he leads Garchomp, so let's just lead Nidoking. It's not like my ideal lead, but I will okay, so he actually just leads Tapu Lele. I don't really want to find out right now if this thing is scarfed. So let's just go into X Control. I was going to go into Decidueye, but let's be a little bit more offensive here. Okay. Of course he just gets a crit anyway. I mean, it wouldn't have really mattered, because Tapu Lele is just fucking disgusting. So no rocks this game, which makes it very annoying for everything on his team. My play here might legitimately be going for Shell Smash right away. 317 times 1.5 is like 450. Oh, but I'm times 2. Okay. So my answer to Tapu Lele is to Shell Smash right now. And I died anyway. Does Decidueye take a hit? Because if it does, I'm gonna feel real fucking dumb. Decidueye scares out, at least. I feel a little dumb. I think I can still leaf. Okay, he has a Fire Blast. I could have actually roosted that off, and probably should have roosted that off. But I can still switch in again. I'm probably not going to win this battle after throwing away 2 important win cons right away, but I'll keep trying. So he goes into Kartana here, probably. Let's double into Charizard, because I need to start making a play. Okay. Unfortunately, I probably have to just Dragon Claw, or Mega and Roost. I want to be more aggressive here. No, I think I need to be more aggressive here. I need to Mega and Flare Blitz. So I assume he goes into Dugtrio here and just finishes me off. And I already know I'm trapped, but I'm trapped, right? Okay. I'll Roost in case he sucker punches for some dumb reason, but yeah. Unfortunately, because Luckily, Tapu Fini at least makes it a respectable 0-4 loss, but... I'm gonna try, damn it. There's no reason for me not to try. So I'm assuming this is Scarfed, and if it's Scarfed I just lose, but the second it's Scarfed I'll just click X. Nope. Slight chance. Not really, because I know this Tapu is Scarfed. As for Dragon, yeah, it's okay, X. Yeah, okay. What do I even want to lead? I guess I'll lead Excadrill. If he leads Mamoswine, I'll have to switch, but it's decent against everything else. I'm just gonna go straight for an Iron Head. It's pretty sure buggers this ground. This also pops the air balloon if he goes into Golem, and pops an air balloon if he goes into Salazzle too. Perfect. I'm not going to stay in because he's obviously going to hit me with a fire type attack here. Zard should be able to take it, and it's my best switch right now, so yeah. So I think I'm just going to, if I Dragon Dance, do I add speed? Yeah. But then Mamo comes in anyway. Do I want to be aggressive in Flare Blitz, or safe in Roost? I'll be safe in Roost and just get my Mega off. Okay, that's not safe. Whoops. So it's time for me to switch into Tapu Fini and go right into a Sludge Wave probably, but I feel like I could take one Sludge Wave though. Okay. Probably wouldn't have taken a crit Sludge Wave for what it's worth, but Salazzle being's gone is good, because that thing was obviously really fast and could hit pretty hard, especially. I need to get Mamoswine gone before Minior can sweep. Mamoswine also gets in the way of Zard, so Mamoswine in general is just an issue. Unfortunately, I have to stay in and surf this thing because I can't let it get a free Tail Glow. Like, I have to at least get damage off on it. Ooh, that did not do as much as I wanted it to do. So he baton passes into Exeggutor? I don't really know what he baton passes into here, so I'm just gonna click Moonblast. Oh, he stays in. That's weird. Shoutouts to that Moonblast drop actually mattering, because I feel like I would have died. I'll just go for another Moonblast here, because it at least hits everything that he would want to baton pass into neutrally. If he doesn't have baton pass on the set, I don't know what he's doing, because Volbeat has, like, no special attack. Okay, he does. Yeah, it's 47 special attack. Ribombi's actually really scary. But luckily I should be able to just sack Tapu Fini here and go into Nidoking. I think I outspeed 381 is pretty fast, but Scarf to 442. Sludge Wave is safest. Okay. So he knows I'm Scarf now, so he probably goes into Mamo here. Potentially, Golem. I don't think he goes straight into, Volbeat, because I'll kill the thing before it can Baton Pass anything. But Mamoswine at this point completely bodies my team. So what don't I need? I would love to get the rocks up with Excadrill, because it hits both Volbeat and Mamoswine. And does chip damage to the other two. Trace Scarf Nidoking is important still. Zard would be nice. So it's looking like Decidueye is the odd man out here. Sorry, buddy. So I'm gonna sack Decidueye, try to read this thing's moveset out a little bit. Probably go into Zard after this. Even though it's neutral, I should be able to take one, I think. Okay, so he's not scarfed, which is nice. So I should be able to... I think I go into Zard and go for a Flare Blitz here. Or I guess Dragon Claw is safe too. Because I just need to pop this thing's Focus Sash if it has one. Since it's switching up moves, it might. And then I'll be able to revenge it with Nidoking, hopefully. Oh, it's Leftovers. Okay. That's actually sort of an issue that it's Leftovers. But I think that means I can switch into Minior and kill? I'm gonna go for it. If I live in Icicle Crash here, I actually have to live in Ice Shard too. Do I not Shell Smash and just go for a Rock Slide then? No, I think I Shell Smash. Because that then allows me to do the damage I need to do these two if I have to. Icicle Crash miss, that's a huge miss, actually. Because now he's basically forced to Ice Shard me, and I know I can take one of those. I would not have taken an Icicle Crash. I'm actually not going to take this next Icicle Crash either, because shields down Minior is not the best. So it'd be smart here to just Ice Shards, yeah. The crit didn't matter. What is Mamoswine's regular max speed? It's base 80. 196 with no investment. But I'm pretty sure I can just go in and get Earth Power, Ice Beam. think Ice Beam. Okay. So Mammoth should be dead. Unfortunately, it's at the sake of the rest of my team, but it's dead. I don't actually remember if I've shown that I'm Scarfed this battle or not. I'm judging not based on the fact that this thing just came in. I'm actually really surprised this thing came in right now. Yeah, goodbye. Do I outspeed you with Excadrill? I do. But I guess my thing is... well, no, because I... Nidoking or Excadrill to win this game? $269 to $405. Yeah, I think I just Ice Beam and break... this thing doesn't even get 30 to... oh, it does. Okay. I'll break its potential sturdy even though it probably has Galvanize. And Earthquake should be able to clean this game up, I think. Probably gonna iron it here because it's not resisted. Sweet. So that was actually a pretty good game. I don't really think my opponent made a whole lot of mistakes in that game that I can remember. And I feel like I played fairly well. Next up we have Rain.Team. Kind of surprising to see Politoed as the Rain setter. Most people are opting towards what's its face, Pelipper, because it has U-turn. So obviously he's going to be leading with something that's weak to Decidueye, so I should probably just lead Decidueye. Excadrill is not super useful this game. Actually, a lot of my team is super weak to Rain, so this will actually be fairly interesting. I don't think I'm going to win, but I'll be a little bit more optimistic than that, I guess. Okay. Surprising to see him lead Swampert. I'm just going to go straight for Leaf Blade. Crit might have mattered. Swampert's pretty fat, but Decidueye does have pretty decent attacks, so I don't know. How much more life do I have on my laptop? 34 minutes? Okay. 295 to 176, so you're definitely gonna outspeed. Poison fighting is actually an issue for this team. I think I can go into Excadrill though, because if he goes for a poison type attack, I am immune to it, and if he goes for a fighting type attack, I drop, but I don't really need Excadrill this game anyway, and then I can go into Nidoking. Or Minior even, if I want to. Especially seeing that he's Life Orb. Probably not though, because Ice Punch would probably just straight up body Minior. I'll get Rocks up, I guess, because I feel like he's not gonna... well, he probably has a fighting type attack, actually. But he may want to save Toxic Root just because he knows that it's gonna die the second it takes a hit from Excadrill. But I would maybe go into Seismitoad and just try to take a hit. I feel like Poliwrath can also probably take a hit and more immediately throw me out. Yeah. Luckily I don't think there's anything he can do to Decidueye. Yeah. So let's just Leaf Blade again. I feel like Minior is probably not going to do anything this game, unfortunately, but that's okay. Just because I really don't want Decidueye getting burned, I'm actually going to set up Misty Terrain here. I can also Moonblast here. Hey, block that Rest Talk. Which is actually the first time I've done that, so that was kind of cool. Moonblast is neutral, at least on everything. Poison resistant, but Fighting Sweet for Toxic Choke. Both Politoed and Seismitoad don't really care. And Poliwrath and Greninja are weak to it. I could also... Yeah, I was gonna say I could have Moonblast or Calm Minded if I wanted to, but I had a feeling he might try to be aggressive and stay in. This is still my Greninja answer, so goodbye Tapu Fini. But seeing that he is a Life Orb means that I can go into Nidoking here for free. Let's go for Earth Power. Alright, so it's actually looking like Minior might be able to do a slight amount now. Very, very, very surprised it took him this long to go into Politoed, seeing as how this is literally a rain team. But I'll go into Decidueye here. Luckily don't get burned, I was a little worried about that. We speed tie, which is an issue. But I'll Leaf Blade anyway. Three Scalds and no burn is pretty unlucky, especially since that crit probably mattered. Decidueye has decent attack, but it's not that great of attack. And I will absolutely stay in and Leaf Blade this thing, because that's the reason I kept this thing around. So Decidueye literally put the entire team on its back this game, and outside of Greninja has every single kill. And I had no doubt in my mind that that would kill. So I think at this point I just go into Charizard to basically sack it off, and then go into Excadrill to clean up. And then I should be able to get one more game before this laptop dies, probably. Mega and Dragon Claw, even though it doesn't really matter. Actually, I guess I just go into Nidoking and Earth Power here, because it's lifeline. Alright. Let's get one more game. I normally wait for the end of games, but I don't have time. It's been a while since I've played Thunderous Eye. My answer to Mega Venusaur absolutely is Minior with Acrobatics, so I have to find some time to set up before then. I definitely have to kill this Crawdaunt too, because Aqua Jet is a very real thing, and a very scary thing. I can see him leading Garchomp here and just trying to get rocks up. He could also lead... Well, I guess against anything, Nidoking's a good lead. And it's predictable, but I'll just go for an Ice Beam here. If he goes for Earthquake, that's fine. Plays it safe and goes in for an Ape. Good play. He could actually get rocks up with this thing too, now that I remember. I'll just double into Tapu Fini because I can Defog, I can take pretty much any attack he goes for, except for Grass Knot if this thing's special. But Grass Knot would be kind of weird coverage given his team. not really sure if I understand what a double into Mantine was supposed to be, but I'll Calm Mind against this thing, because why not? Yeah, Scald ain't doing shit, buddy. Try something else. Okay, so I'm going to Calm Mind one more time and then go for a Surf because I don't want to risk the burn. But I'm +3/+3 now. I think Moonblast will actually do more, so... I'm not actually really sure if that crit mattered because Mantine is actually very especially bulky, but I am +3. Do I feel like even though I'm +3, I should switch out into Excadrill here. Or I could Surf, get this thing low, and then try to switch into Minior, which sounds like a better play. Oh, also, Tapu Fini is super bulky now, because Calm Mind does that. I forgot about that. So let's just go for another Surf, because why not? I gotta say, even though a lot of people have been forfeiting this live, I feel like this live has been pretty decent at showing off all the different win cons on this team. Because it kind of feels like pretty much everything can... Aw, man. I wonder if that crit actually mattered. I feel like it might have. I don't want to be salty about it, but... Tapu Fini is fairly bulky physically. So I can go into... Actually, this Crawdon completely bodies me, which is the reason why I needed Tapu Fini. I think my answer now is to Mega and Dragon Claw. 229, 212, 176, 295, 339. Yeah, so I think if I Mega Evolve and Dragon Claw, I should be able to bring this thing in range, where Sludge Wave should be able to do a decent amount. I don't want to bring Minior in until this thing's dead, so let's try to get the damage off on this thing. That Crabrammer miss was pretty big. I'll give him a sad face for that one, because that was a pretty big miss. It wouldn't have killed, because Crabhammer is actually neutral to Zardex because of its Dragon typing. Garchomp in every way, shape, and form completely bodies me, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch out to Decidueye. It doesn't do quite as much this game as Zardex does now. I'll get a Spirit Shackle off and see what you're gonna... Oh, you're just gonna go for a Sword Stance? Okay. That's scary. Leaf Blade. Let's go. I mean, I guess it's not really that scary because I can just go into Nidoking after and Ice Beam this thing. Especially since he's Rough Skin Rocky Helmet. If he was some weird, like, speed increasing berry, I would be a little bit more worried. But I can just go in here. Honestly, I might be able to Sludge Wave, but I'll just play it safe and go for Ice Beam. So he goes in Infernape here, obviously. Okay. Well, that was a full game, at least. Oh, I'm not gonna say GG yet, because it's not over. I don't know this Infernape set at all. the odds are very much in my favor, but I'm not going to say GG until it's over, because this thing could be nasty plot, Vacuum Wave, which could potentially win. Okay, I'm gonna double into Zard just in case, because I think Nasty Plot Vacuum Wave is really the only way he can come back here. But that is a possibility, so I don't want to just assume it's not coming. Goes for the close combat, so we should probably be good. I'll just go for a Dragon Claw, force him to CC again, and then go back into Nidoking. Oh, he's Life Orb anyway. I didn't see that before. Whatever. Okay, so I will say GG after I click Earth Power, because I'm Scarfed. And Earth Power, yeah, Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave wouldn't have killed there. Alright, so that was a good game. Again, I don't think the ladder is updating, but at least I finally got a good game like an hour into this. I'll try to get one more, just because it seems like I'm finally getting better opponents now, and I don't want to cut the video off the second I'm getting better. Maybe that's a sign I should cut the video off. I'm gonna cut the video off after this battle.